Good evening, everybody. I have a stuffy nose, so I'm sorry for that, but still, I would sound sweet. Before I could start my speech, my wife told me in the morning, your script seems to be a bit serious. So just put in some lighter moments in it. So I thought, why not add some memories also? I just want to remember my mother. She passed away early January, January 3rd, she passed away. In a way, she was an embodiment of what I was teaching. Like, she was against medicine, except for the last day when she had medicine and she expired. So, coming to the lighter moment, Sir has read the entire book. So don't be surprised if I am mentioning an incident. It's actually happened to my mother. That narrative gives an freedom for us actually. Once what happened, we went to Bangalore and she slipped and got her hand wrist fracture. She was afraid of doctors. So I told her, let's go to the doctor. So we went to the doctor and the doctor advised, you need to do a small operation. You have to keep, what do you call that? No, it's rod, a small rod. And then that's it. And then it will heal and then we can take or you need not take the rod. So she was scared. So why, in her colloquial Urdu, she was asking me, why all that operation and all that rod? No, no, that will keep that bone in place, and once it heals, it will be all right. Then she asked me one question: what about the screws that are attached to the rod? How are they going to be filled? So it was such a common sense question. I don't know how many of us have asked that question. So that was my mother, and that is this son. And that is why I have written this book. Okay. Now this title is given by my daughter, Zainab. Journey from, what is your journey from? I mean, author's journey from disease to ease. So I was wondering, should I talk about the journey of disease to ease or the journey of the book Disease to Ease? Two different things, right? The first one would be my personal story, and the second one will be for you all. Anyways, my journey has been actually through fear, through hope, and through beliefs. Fear, we all know, has a good part to it and a bad part to it. The good part is it is a survival tool, and the bad part is it is an exploitational tool. When it comes to that exploitational tool, then it makes slaves out of people, and it makes patients out of normal, healthy people with the fear, right? Now, hope. What is hope? Hope is that lending hand that someone gives when someone is falling from the edge of a cliff. It is also that streak of light that illuminates the darkness which the fear creates. So that is hope. Now, coming to beliefs, beliefs are powerful codes, programs. Actually, beliefs have been evolved in order to conserve energy. Beliefs have been involved to conserve energy. So it's very important what we tell, the stories that we tell to ourselves, about the world we stay in, and about the institutions of the world. Because each time we cannot keep thinking where we have come from, where I am going to, what will happen. All this extra work, that energy is required, is conserved by beliefs. When you have a belief, you know this is it. Muslims know that Allah created us and after death. Like that, you have various religions giving various stories. So the stories are very important what you tell to your mind. Let me give you two incidents of my life that will sum up everything what I have been talking about: fear, hope, and beliefs. Sometimes we need a shake to wake us up from the slumber. And in my case, nature gave me a shake when I was diagnosed with ulcer. When I started puking blood and was passing blood stools, they took me to a hospital. And the doctor there pronounced, as if a death sentence, that I am in the last stage of ulcer. And very soon you will get cancer. This is the fear the modern healthcare system has instilled in me. But my wife, who has always been behind me, she is the inspiration. She is the inspiration. I have to really acknowledge that. She is the inspiration behind all my courses. She has been the inspiration for my book and the function today. So she said, no, we need to go to have a different opinion. So we went to a alternate. I don't want to say that word alternate healer, because I think the allopathy is the alternate healing system.
Basic foundation.
Yes. So I would like to take her name because she is a colleague of our sir, Mehraj. She saw me. I told her the entire story. She did not even bother to see my endoscopy reports. She said, she started telling philosophy, whatever is harmful to the body has come out. So you need not worry, you are fine. Madam, you have not seen the reports? No need. As he said, the reports are of the past. Our human body is like a river. Right? You cannot step into the river, same river twice. So that way, she already had that in her mind. She said, no, you better, whatever is beneficial will not be let out of the body, and whatever is harmful has to go out of the body. This is one of the philosophies of our Indian classical acupuncture. And this is the hope that is given by the holistic healers. The hope that I can never forget for life. Then there's another story, and this time it's involving my wife again. Because of her, I took this acupuncture healing. Now she was under trouble. The normal post-menopausal issues. During these issues, what happens is, post-menopausal issues, the weakest part of the body bears the brunt, and it starts showing up all its In her case, it was her stomach organ, digestive system. She had problems. She was losing her weight drastically, but the stomach was bloating. This time, my relatives who are all here, my people, not the doctors, they pronounced she must be having some tumor, so you better take care and avoid your silly things without medicine and all that. So I gave her the choice, but she stuck to her guns. No, you have to do something about it. You better do something about it. And at that time, she was the one who told me to do this nutrition and dietetic course by Dr. BRC, Biswarup Roy Chaudhary. So that was again given by this. All I had to do was, I had to do the learning and use her as the experiment ground. Okay. So that's how I entered into this. Yeah, dip diet. And then After the dip diet, actually the dip diet I wanted to explain. I thought it will cover some time, but unfortunately, our Puvendan sir, he has given a complete description of the dip diet. But definitely, I would want to say something about the beliefs, which I was talking about. See, beliefs, as I said, is the story that we tell ourselves. I'll read it from here. If your existing knowledge, information, or a belief is preventing you from accepting what you already have, what you already have as information, then you should be sincere enough to question the belief. If you do not question the belief, then you are not being sincere to yourself. You have to question the belief because beliefs act like calcifiers. The beliefs act like calcifiers. They are very thick. You cannot see them. It's very dangerous. The moment you question, space is created in your beliefs and new knowledge enters. So this much thing you have to do for yourself. Question your beliefs. That's very important. After undergoing all this, my trauma, my wife's trauma, and other family members' trauma, yeah, I charted out a program. I charted out a program for healing, for scanning, so that one gets healed from the periphery to the core, across dimensions. As our sir said, the dimensions are not concrete. But in order to explain, I have used these words: the physical dimension, the emotional dimension, the mental dimension, and the spiritual dimension. Physical dimension is like a dashboard. The dashboard of a car, where you know the petrol, the gauge, the heat. So, the physical dimension of our human body is the symptoms that we see. The difference between holistic healing and healing by the modern healthcare system is that the modern healthcare system heals the symptoms, but the holistic healers, they take care of the entire, the whole actually. The whole is what they heal. They don't treat. There's a difference between healing and treating. The word heal comes from health, holistic, holiness, everything. As you were telling, the word ha has a very important here. Sorry. Similarly, what did I say? Yeah, the healing, health, and all that. So the physical dimensions, it deals with the symptoms. Mental dimension deals with your beliefs, with your attitudes, and with your habits. That's why I said the beliefs have to be liquid shape. I mean, it should not be calcified. You have to question, and you always have to see to it that the beliefs are not rigid. The moment they are rigid, then believe me, you will be spoiled sport. All the disease, as we were discussing, starts from the mind. And then, of course, habits. Then we have this emotional dimension. Emotional dimension, the word emotion is actually energy in motion. What happens is when we are not able to resolve our emotions, be it anger, be it jealousy, be it proudness, envy, even happiness, if we are not going to, we have to channelize these. If we are not going to resolve these emotions, even that is a problem. And then finally, my favorite, spiritual dimension. Don't get confused. I'm not going to talk anything about Zibumba here. To me, spirituality is the connect between you, the creator and the creation. To me, this is spirituality. Because when I say creator, I wouldn't say the name, let me call it primordial energy. An energy which is unique in itself, which is neither created nor destroyed. That is the energy I'm talking about. I think everyone will be able to relate to it. So, spirituality, this is what I mean. You need to be connected because our cells inside are like that. You get a pain in the foot, the whole body trembles with pain. That is the empathy that is the body teaching us. We need to have that type of empathy with the creation. It's not just human beings. I'm talking about even of the environment. We need to have that feel. Okay, we will not exploit it. Just because we have intelligence doesn't mean that we can take things for granted. It's not that way. We have our responsibility. The responsibility, that's why if you do something, if you are not well in balancing your spiritual dimension, then I am 100% sure one will be subject to a chronic ailment. See, there are acute and chronic, but if the spiritual dimension is not resolved properly, then you will be subject to a chronic disease. So I will not go further than this. I hope I have covered almost everything. Huh. Talking about empowerment, once I got all this treasure, then I knew that it is not for mine to keep it. It becomes an automatic duty. I have learned so much from others. It automatically is a duty for me to share it with others. And that's why I have done this. I have written a book and I am starting a clinic also wherein I am connected with Dr. BRC. Though philosophically, I like acupuncture very much because with the touch of a hand, as he taught us, with the touch of the pulse, we know which organ is crying for attention. So with that, we know what is happening where. But in order to give the patient the satisfaction that they have come to a dietitian or a doctor, I give them some diet. That dip diet, there are variations in the dip diet which you're talking about. So I am also backed up by a panel of doctors. We have doctors so that when they bring reports, we have doctors telling us to decipher the reports, one, and also to taper the medicines. Because ultimately we have to stop the medicines. And everything is to be done with diet. So thank you very much for patiently hearing me. Hope I am able to convey what I had to convey. And please do read the book. This has got no commercial angle. It is only for the idea, for the concept. Happy reading. Thank you.